Dokkodo, also known as the way of walking alone, is a set of principles crafted by the famous samurai Miyamoto Musashi during Japan's turbulent 17th century. Musashi's life revolved around constant travel and duels with other warriors. These duels were intense and often to the death. He was undefeated and won over 60 duels throughout his life. In his final work, he wrote the Dokkodo as a guide of 21 principles that emphasize self-discipline, mindfulness, and detachment. Let's now explore these timeless teachings that offer unique perspectives on living a truly fulfilling life. Accept everything just the way it is. In the face of adversity, a person learns to accept the circumstances they cannot change. They embrace the imperfections and challenges of life, finding strength in resilience and adaptability. Imagine a person who loses their job unexpectedly. Rather than dwelling on the negative aspects, they accept the situation and channel their energy into seeking new opportunities. Do not seek pleasure for its own sake. The constant pursuit of immediate gratification can lead to a shallow and unfulfilled existence. Choose to seek meaningful experiences that bring long-term satisfaction, such as cultivating deep relationships or pursuing personal growth. For instance, a person who discovers that material possessions no longer bring them joy shifts their focus to activities that enrich their soul, like volunteering for a cause they are passionate about. Do not, under any circumstances, depend on a partial feeling. A person learns not to make impulsive decisions solely based on fleeting emotions. They recognize that feelings can be transient and influenced by various factors. Instead, they strive to make rational and balanced choices by considering different perspectives and gathering all relevant information. Someone who receives a tempting job offer takes time to assess it objectively, rather than acting solely on the excitement of the moment. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. An individual humbles themselves by recognizing their place in the grand scheme of things. They develop empathy and compassion for others, realizing that everyone has their own struggles and journeys. For example, a successful entrepreneur who achieves great wealth and fame uses their platform to raise awareness and support charitable causes. Understanding that their impact extends beyond personal achievements. Be detached from desire your whole life long. A person frees themselves from the constant yearning for more, realizing that excessive attachment to desires can lead to suffering. They seek contentment in the present moment and find joy in the simple pleasures of life. Consider a person who chooses a minimalist lifestyle, finding fulfillment in experiences and relationships rather than material possessions. Do not regret what you have done. A person embraces the lessons learned from their past experiences, both positive and negative, without dwelling on regret. They understand that mistakes and failures are part of the growth process and use them as stepping stones toward personal development. For instance, a student who performs poorly in an exam learns from their mistakes, adjusts their study approach, and perseveres without wallowing in regret. Never be jealous. An individual cultivates gratitude and appreciation for the accomplishments and successes of others without feeling envious or comparing themselves unfavorably. They celebrate the achievements of others and use them as inspiration for their own growth. Imagine a musician who genuinely admires the talent of another artist and uses it as motivation to improve their own skills rather than harboring jealousy. Never let yourself be saddened by a separation. A person navigates the pain of separation, whether it be from a loved one, a job, or a familiar environment, by embracing change and focusing on new beginnings. They acknowledge the importance of the past while allowing themselves to embrace the present and future. Consider a person who experiences a breakup and uses the opportunity to rediscover themselves and build new relationships. Resentment and complaint are appropriate neither for oneself nor others. An individual releases feelings of resentment and avoids complaining, realizing that these emotions only serve to drain energy and hinder personal growth. They choose to focus on solutions and proactive actions rather than dwelling on negativity. For example, instead of complaining about a difficult work environment, a person takes steps to communicate concerns effectively or explores alternative career paths. Do not let yourself be guided by the feeling of lust or love. A person recognizes the potential pitfalls of being driven solely by intense emotions like lust or infatuation. They strive for emotional balance and make decisions based on rationality and long-term considerations. For instance, imagine a person who resists entering a romantic relationship solely based on physical attraction, instead taking the time to build a deep connection and ensuring compatibility on various levels. In all things, have no preferences. An individual avoids developing rigid attachments or preferences, allowing themselves to be open to new experiences and possibilities. They embrace the unpredictability of life and remain flexible in their thinking. Consider a traveler who embarks on a journey without specific expectations, fully immersing themselves in the culture, cuisine, and activities of each place they visit without preconceived notions. Be indifferent to where you live. A person transcends the notion of a fixed sense of home and finds contentment within themselves, regardless of their physical surroundings. They adapt and find solace in various environments, recognizing that true happiness comes from within. For example, a nomadic artist finds inspiration and a sense of belonging in different cities, connecting with local communities and embracing the transient nature of their lifestyle. Do not pursue the taste of good food. An individual refrains from excessive indulgence in culinary pleasures, recognizing that the pursuit of gourmet experiences can lead to unhealthy obsessions or distract from more meaningful aspects of life. They find satisfaction in simplicity and balance. Imagine a person who appreciates a home-cooked meal shared with loved ones, cherishing the moments of togetherness and the nourishment it provides rather than constantly seeking extravagant dining experiences. Do not hold on to possessions you no longer need. A person embraces the concept of minimalism and recognizes that holding on to unnecessary possessions can burden their life physically, mentally, and emotionally. They practice detachment and let go of material objects that no longer serve a purpose or bring genuine joy. For instance, a person clears out their cluttered living space, donating unused items to those in need, and experiencing the liberation that comes from decluttering. Do not act following customary beliefs. An individual challenges societal norms and questions traditional beliefs, understanding that blindly adhering to customs can limit personal growth and perpetuate harmful patterns. They think critically and make choices based on their own values and principles. Consider a person who breaks free from societal expectations and pursues an unconventional career path leading to greater happiness and fulfillment in the work they do. Do not collect weapons or practice with weapons beyond what is useful. A person recognizes that excessive preoccupation with weaponry or violence can lead to a distorted perception of power and cause unnecessary harm. They prioritize skill development and self-defense without glorifying aggression. Imagine a martial artist who focuses on mastering practical self-defense techniques and promoting discipline and self-control, rather than fixating on accumulating an arsenal of weapons. Do not fear death. An individual confronts the inevitability of death without succumbing to fear, understanding that a fear of death can hinder one's ability to fully embrace life. They live with a sense of urgency and make the most of every moment. For instance, a person who overcomes a life-threatening illness develops a profound appreciation for life and uses their experience to inspire others to cherish each day. Do not seek to possess goods excessive wealth for your old age. A person recognizes the impermanence of material wealth and power, choosing to focus on inner fulfillment rather than accumulating possessions or seeking external validation. They prioritize building meaningful relationships and cultivating personal well-being. Consider an elderly individual who, instead of obsessing over accumulating excessive wealth for retirement, invests their time in cultivating strong family bonds and nurturing their personal growth and well-being. Respect higher powers without counting on their help. An individual acknowledges and respects the presence of higher powers or spiritual beliefs without relying solely on divine intervention. They understand that personal responsibility and action are essential for achieving their goals. For example, a person maintains their spiritual practices and seeks guidance from their religious beliefs, but also takes proactive steps in their own life to create positive change. You may abandon your own body, but you must preserve your honor. A person values their integrity and the principles they uphold, recognizing that maintaining their honor is of utmost importance. They prioritize acting with integrity, even if it means sacrificing personal comfort or safety. Imagine a whistleblower who exposes corruption within a powerful organization, knowing that they may face personal consequences but choosing to prioritize truth and justice over their own well-being. Never stray from the way. An individual remains committed to their chosen path or life philosophy, even in the face of challenges or temptations. They stay true to their values, principles, and goals, persevering through adversity and maintaining a sense of purpose. Consider an artist who faces criticism and setbacks, but continues to create art that reflects their authentic self, staying dedicated to their artistic vision despite external pressures. These examples are meant to illustrate the principles in a way that resonates emotionally with the reader, emphasizing the importance of embracing acceptance, self-awareness, resilience, and personal growth. They demonstrate how applying these principles in real-life scenarios can lead to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence.